once again, Monster Truck fans, to ActionTracks, where we're kicking off the season in Lima, Ohio at the Four-Wheel Jamboree, one of the most historic events in monster trucks over the course of the summer. It's kicking off in a dramatic and wet fashion, as Mother Nature is clearly not going to cooperate today. It's been a torrential downpour all morning long. We're getting ready to head into our first monster truck event. It'll be a freestyle only competition featuring all of the top guns of the Jamboree series.
Let's meet that field of trucks competing here in Lima today. First up, Steve Kohler in the General. Diesel Dave Radziras in the XDP diesel truck. Avenger Jim Kohler, last year's freestyle champion. Josh Gibson driving the retro Bigfoot truck. Dan Runte sporting some classic stripes with the retro Bigfoot 8 flashback truck. Larry Swim in Bigfoot, sponsored by Lucas Oil. Matt Dishman in Rammunition, and the series racing champion for 2014, Mark Hall and Raminator. As you can see, the weather is not pleasant in Lima. It's a quagmire out there on the track, and these drivers, while competing in freestyle only, are going to have their hands full today. Josh Gibson already out on the track in that retro Bigfoot truck. Tires on those monster trucks are going to cause issues, as the truck's going to skim across the water rather than digging in and getting any grip. So you're going to see these trucks skating around and splashing around a lot. Gibson giving it some great effort out on the track, really attacking the track given the conditions. Gibson could really be one of the up-and-coming stars in the monster truck industry. Kid hasn't been behind the wheel for very long, but he's doing a darn good job driving the Bigfoot truck. That'll be all for him here today. He salutes the crowd after a wet and nasty run. He gave it a pretty good showing given the conditions. Next up, Matt Dishman in the Rammunition. Ram trucks have a lot of horsepower, making huge horsepower with that Ram backing. We'll see if Matt Dishman can get any of that to the ground and show off for the crowd here. Right now you see one of the trademarks for the Ram team. He's out there making a racing pass. With practice time being virtually non-existent in the monster truck industry, any time on the track that you can get to make a practice pass, it's time well spent. So Dishman's out here making a racing practice pass for later events in the weekend where they may have the opportunity to get to side-by-side racing. Slipping and sliding, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on out there. Pretty lethargic pace. I'm not sure if he's just not comfortable or doesn't want to risk the truck, but definitely a lackluster freestyle for the veteran. That said, it looks like that's going to be all for Dishman. The Monster Truck Hall of Fame and Museum is on display here in Lima, promoting the banquet for the 2015 class of inductees.
Well, we're out here advertising for the Hall of Fame, Monster Truck Museum Hall of Fame banquet that's November 14th and 15th. So you need to get your tickets. It's going to be a great year. Got a lot of neat trucks coming, a lot of neat features. November 14th and 15th, Auburn, Indiana.
Getting back to the action, as you see, the fans are underneath that grandstand awning. They're still looking to see some great monster truck action today, and I think they'll get some of it. It'll be different than usual, but they're going to get some action from these monster trucks out here. These guys want to put on a show, so they're going to try their hardest. Speaking of guys that try their hardest, Steve KOEHLER, the general, is out on the track. Steve definitely gives it his all. He's coming from that scene screen background. This is the old Avenger truck, so it's been put through its paces, and Steve's still trying to get a little more life out of it as he beats on this truck every time out. Right in front of the grandstand here, and whipping into a donut, a nice combination. You may have just coated some fans in a little bit of mud and water. Oh no. Looks like an electrical gremlin on the general truck. That could tend to happen. Water gets into the electronics. Right now, it's Leadfoot Larry Swim out on the track in the Lucas Oil Bigfoot. This guy knows how to freestyle and starts it off strong and follows it up with a slap wheelie. Incredible in these conditions. Starting off stronger than any competitor we've seen so far. He could be in the top heat of the heap, running for the Freestyle Championship here today in Lima. Freestyle is judged by the event officials, and the winner is determined at the end of the freestyle event. No scoring, no crowd applause. Official decision at the end of the event. Larry continuing to do a solid job out there. Attacking almost everything on the track. It's difficult to find obstacles to approach as he slides to a stop when it's as soggy as it is out there, because the racing lanes become even less useful for these monster truck drivers, so they're attacking the biggest obstacles they can find out on the track. Speaking of which, Swim's going for the big bus stack. Sliding to the stop, don't hit the water truck. Larry Swim in control. Sliding to a stop, that'll be all. A great run for Larry. out. Our racing champion for 2014 on the Jamboree Series. Looking to prove, always looking to prove, that he is a very competent freestyler as well. Mark Hall and the Raminator out on the track. Let's see what he can do. His teammate Dishman in the Rammunition, not very comfortable, never really got it going out in the mud. Hall is definitely attacking the track a little bit more, but I don't think he's showing what it's going to take to win here tonight. Well, you have to give the Ram credit. He's definitely attacking the track, just not with the same ferocity as we saw from Larry Swim in the Lucas Oil Bigfoot. He's definitely using the loud pedal in that Ram, pulling off some Mark Hall donuts, even in the slop, attacking some big obstacles. A good solid job for Mark Hall in the Raminator. Swamp buggy racing. These guys are great big swamp buggies today, just out there skating around the track. All losing a little bit of momentum here. He had a good run running through earlier parts of the performance, but kind of lacking a little bit here. Lost some of that momentum. Really needs to end strong. But with that, I think that's going to be all for the Raminator today. Any classic monster truck fan recognizes those stripes. They were made famous on the original Bigfoot 8, and celebrating the 40th anniversary of Bigfoot, Dan Runte is sporting those classic stripes on Bigfoot 21 as the Bigfoot 8 retro truck. Amazing to see that paint scheme back and competing in monster trucks. One weekend only here at the Lima Jamboree. I understand that the Bigfoot crew has something very special planned for each of the Jamborees celebrating their 40th anniversary of Bigfoot. Bigfoot 21, a brand new piece for Dan Runte. You know he's got to be looking forward to getting that truck outdoors and really showing off. We'll see what he can do here in the mud. Launching the truck already. It's almost stuck down in the quagmire, down in the north 40 of the track. Big obstacle. Show us some air, Runte. Nice combo into a donut. The one thing they're saying about this Bigfoot 21 truck is it handles so well, just incredibly well. It's almost hard to make the truck look out of control in freestyle. And I think this is a textbook situation. Runte is really doing a very good job, but the truck just looks so composed out on the track that it actually is hurting the energy of the performance. all for Runte as he slides by the grandstand, saluting the crowd. I just can't get over how great it is to see that retro Bigfoot styling. Next up, it's Dave Radziras.
Here comes, ladies and gentlemen, a man from Tannersville, Pennsylvania.
Don't matter, just put your foot to the floor, who cares? We don't need brakes. We don't need no brakes. No brakes. No brakes. I want to go fast.
Radziras in the XDP. He always goes big. Huge air. And a big splat. Suddenly the diesel sounds a little off. When the truck has lost power, something's going on with that big diesel. It's over for Diamond Dave. He salutes the crowd. He must have his galoshes on today. Our final truck, the 2014 champion, Jim KOEHLER and Avenger.
Rainy or dusty, nothing in between. Yesterday dusty, today rainy. What are you gonna do? I'm just waterproofing the truck, trying to get it so the mud doesn't affect it, so I can make my whole freestyle run.
KOEHLER doing what he can to get the truck prepared. You don't want water in those electronics. If the truck doesn't lose power because of the water, KOEHLER will put it on because that truck just takes every bit of abuse that he can hand out. A little bit of an issue there, but he seems to have overcome. He'll have to make up that loss in momentum. He announced his presence, but with the truck dying immediately, he loses all momentum from that. Coming to the front straight to attack the big obstacles. KOEHLER with a nice shot of the hammer. You can see KOEHLER steering down the front straight, but the truck continuing to want to go forward, showing just how much slide these trucks have out here in these soppy conditions.
Right across the main stage. Gotta make sure I can get up there from that side. Let's see.
Top level when it comes to freestyle performance. And I think this is showing just how tough these conditions are here today, as KOEHLER is struggling out here on this Allen County Fairgrounds track at the Spring Jamboree. Awesome donuts by Jim KOEHLER and Avenger. Mounting the heavy equipment tire just because it's in the way. On for a moment or two, and then he'll kind of lose that momentum. The truck just seems to be struggling in these conditions. KOEHLER truck always a little bit squirrely. I think that's part of what makes it a great freestyle truck. And the slipping and sliding is really causing an issue here today. That'll be all for KOEHLER. Not his best performance. I think the officials have an interesting decision to make as to our freestyle champion. In an interesting choice, Dan Runte from Retro Bigfoot 8 is your freestyle champion in Lima. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Action.